started really as two royal estates. So the land that we're on now had originally George II, this is in 1700s, George II and his wife Caroline, they lived on Richmond part, two parts, and the Kew part, their eldest son Frederick, who was Prince of Wales, and his young German wife Augusta, they lived on the Kew part. And the two royal estates were separated by a public right-of-way called Love Lane. Unfortunately, they hated each other. And it's said that George II and Caroline would say, "Is he dead yet?" This is their eldest son and heir. By 1841, an Act of Parliament was passed giving these grounds to the people of Great Britain. So instead of being royal, this became public property. And we had a director appointed, Sir William Hooker, and he laid out the gardens that we're going to look at now. So I'm hoping this is a little bit quieter in here, and we'll just talk a little bit more about the Palm House and about the layout. So this layout is the Victorian Kew Gardens. You can see the building at the back, that's called Museum Number 1, and it houses today an exhibition on the use the plants are made. The plants are made for people's benefit, so medicine, textile, food, all of that sort of thing. Originally it housed a museum of wood. Then what he did was he extended this pond behind me so that it would reflect the Palm House. This whole area was the kitchen garden for the southeast of England, for the royal families, so they originally grew them. And last summer, it was just amazing. In May, this was just flowers. Come June the 1st, these beds were dug and plants that we've been growing were put in. And these are all examples of heritage vegetables. A lot of them are heritage vegetables. And this tree, this beautiful Acer, this was named for Princess Diana. But that's not named after her. It's named after the Princess of Wales, who we say started the gardens back in 1759. Princess Augusta. So I think if you ask 99% of the people in the gardens, they'll tell you this is Princess Diana. It's Princess Augusta. This was to be low maintenance and very high energy efficient. And so it's got 10 microclimates in there, no walls, and about half of the building is underground. And that enables us to have, at this end, for example, cactus. And it goes through from cactus, carnivorous plants, tropical plants in the middle, there's the water lilies and sacred lotus, right through to the far end where we've got plants, British ferns and orchids. This is the god of the wind's temple, so we mentioned at the beginning Aeolus, the god of the wind. This is a folly for him. So originally the glass was green because it was thought we had so much sunlight in Britain that you needed to shade the plants. Somewhat less colourful, but these salvias have been beautiful, and these are the plants that are used in medicine throughout the world. Salvias, sage, Latin for salve, for sage, to heal. But anyway, we're in the rock garden, plants that grow in rocky areas. Typically you would think of the poles, that would be right down to sea level, and then at either end, that's where you see them all more traditionally in the mountains, the plants. And they put down the sail inside, is like a blind, like a sail in the summer, to keep the sun off them, because actually what they need is not that, they need some sun, they need wind going through them as well. Yeah. This one we know was here in 1761. So it's a ginkgo biloba. 200 years ago, he crossed a holm oak, which is an evergreen oak, with an English oak, which is deciduous, loses its leaves. So this is very unusual for an oak tree because it keeps its leaves apart from 2 or 3 weeks a year, when those leaves that are going to drop, they all drop in one go and they're all replaced in one go.
We're not sure why, but we were requested to carry our rucksacks in front of us. This gentleman used to come nearly every day to read his paper. What a wonderful back garden for him. Kew is one of the most amazing gardens in the world. Apart from its glass houses, historic buildings, and vast range of rare and beautiful plants, it is an internationally important botanical research and education institution and employs 750 staff. I think you may have guessed that Kew Gardens is very close to Heathrow Airport. The giant water lily pads are so strong that a small child can stand inside them. Inside the steamy interior of the palm house, you can explore humid tropical rainforests and discover how dependent we are on the plants that inhabit these parts of the world. Kew Gardens is only 30 minutes from the centre of London, but what a contrast!